Sugar Mill Saloon. We have a band called Pinstock. Let's party. But I choose what to listen to. They ain't all love. Promote my best intention. Tell me what's introduction. The only thing I have. And I know you won't take my love away. Love cannot be love. You shall see. You shall see. And I know you won't take my love away. Love cannot be love. You shall see. You shall see. Right here, where I need to get out. Somebody let me get out. Not here, I'll be getting over this. Not quite real. Just what you have in my mind. You're running out of time to get you for myself. And I know you want to take my love away. Love cannot be love. You shall see. You shall see. And I know you want to take my love away. Love cannot be love. Let's fucking go! out reading the words, breaking bread, feeding the birds. It's a bright sunny day for a girl dark thoughts. Still around, think of all the goals not sought. Always is your dream to tell us your scheme. Around the 14, hell the same year. Walking in the sphere. Well, the next time it's Thank you. You guys are a good-looking crowd, you know that? You guys look good. Sexy motherfuckers. Hope you're getting wet for you. So, like I said, we're Pinstock. And we just recently, and I do mean recently, as in about 24 hours ago, released a new EP. It's called Step 1, The Beginning. It's actually not the beginning, but beginning of a new chapter, you could say. And we're pretty much about to play the entire fucking thing, so if you didn't hear it yet, you're about to. And then we got motherfucking Rebel Punk up next from Sacramento, followed by Foreclosure, so make sure you stick around. It's going to be a good night of some punk rock, some rock and roll. I'm ready when you guys are. This one's called Left Me Hanging. I've been holding too long. Flipping on the way was a little get through the weekend. You're pissed, I can feel it in your kiss. The one that you get to pretend that you're not. I've got just a little bit of cash left, little bit of stash left on me. Do you think she'll know either way I'm gonna go? Gotta just get through this, just get through the week. And I'll say that for some other time, cause right now I'm feeling fine. Really vulnerable for a second. I hope that's okay with all of you. And I want to talk about some real shit.
Emo time.
Emo time, that's right. So, like I said, we just released a new EP. And when we went into the studio to record this EP, we were very much, or at least I know I was very much, trying to think through the lens of just having fun and keeping it real. I think in the past, because, we've been a band a little over 6 years. And in the past, when we would, record music, we were always trying so hard to make sure it's a good song. We need it to be a good song. There's nothing wrong with that, but, this time I was like, I want to just make sure we're having fun while we do this, and if we feel good, then it's going to be good, right? And I think that applies to our shows as well. I'll just, being vulnerable, I'll be honest. We played some shows earlier this year that weren't really our best shows, and we were kind of stressed about it, and we're like, yeah, we need it to be a good show. And I was like, you know what, let's just fucking come up here and have fun. And I think the same thing applies. If we feel good, then it's going to be good, right? So, I feel like I'm having fun. I hope that you guys are having fun. You're a great audience. I know it's going to be a good night. It's good so far already. And makes it feel like this is a life worthwhile. This song's called Life Worthwhile. so who's in your corner can count. When you lose the bout, it's all about who didn't run out. They didn't forget, you did, you live with regret. Took it out on someone you loved when you started getting upset. Now how am I supposed to just move on? I can't think about you gone. How in the hell would I pretend I don't regret being here? Tried to stop with some friendships, but they all couldn't last. Lost some more than I've gained. That's okay, people change. And in different directions, you'll end up in different lanes. I'm around the reason I'm around. First cut off season when I was West Coast bound. Tried to follow my shit. They go to work and you fit. I might not make it how I like, but I'll be damned if I quit. Now I'm on the next track. I can't believe where I'm at. So it ain't even how I order. I'm leaving the back. I need to get a plus two. Making home for someone new. Only person that I want is what you should do. Now you can me. So why is it that you think you carry me down? You carry me down. Now we are. The only thing that is bad is carry me down. You carry me down. Now I wanna just move on. Can't think about you gone. How the hell would I pretend that I don't regret you? Now you listen to me. Or why is it that you think you carry me down? You carry me down. You all have the privilege of saying you're the first ever to hear that song live. So good for you. Good for you. Yeah, so now we're gonna, that was the EP. Hope you liked it, motherfuckers.
No more new songs.
No more new ones.
Back to old songs.
Well, show of hands. Hands up if it's your first Pinstock concert. Hands up. Okay. All right.
Great.
Got some newbies.
Love it.
Yep. Well, you're one of us now. We took, my wife hates when I say this, but we took your Pinstock virginity.
There's cool bracelets at our
Oh, yeah.
merch booth that say Pinstock.
Where the fuck, Carlos? Why aren't you,
Models right here in the middle.
why aren't you handing out balloon animals? What are we paying you for, man?
Well, talking about Carlos, you know who was it was his birthday?
Oh, yeah. How old are you? 20, you're 21? 26?
24?
24? No way.
24, wow.
Shit. Time to grow up, dude. Come on. No, Carlos is our merch guy over there. He'll make you some balloon animals. Maybe while you're over there, give your email address or whatever, buy a shirt. We do have vinyl too.
You got a bracelet?
We are in crippling debt from recording that EP, so anything helps. We're gonna keep the fucking party moving. This song's called Always Swing First. Ready? Thanks, y'all. We got a few more.
Let's take a break from the fast ones, dude.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Chill out. Chill out, Danny. Fucking shredding over there. Chill out, bro.
Everybody give it up for Danny.
Yeah.
For shredding. I feel my face is melting. Do you
Yeah.
feel your face? I'm liquidating. Liquid. Sale.
We are having a sale. We're eliminating our merch and our bodies. You're here tonight for the free $3.99. Make sure you tip your bartenders. There is a 2-drink minimum. A lot of you want to come buy me a drink, and I get that. You can leave it right over there with my buddy in the red hat. He's going to watch it for me. I'll be over there after this set. But in all seriousness, this is what our, at least Nubs, what do you think, 15th time playing Maui Saloon? Nubs is fucking sick of these songs. He hears them right in his face all the time. He might be our biggest fan. He might not admit it, but he is. He listens to us more than anybody else. In all seriousness, he puts up with our bullshit. He's a great sound guy. Make some motherfucking noise for Nubs. Best sound guy in LA.
Tip the man. Tip the man.
Alright, I'll shut up. The song's called Skeletons. Don't enjoy what we used to do. At least not how I used to. Only used you as a resource. I felt that was reciprocal. Hard to let a friendship go. Felt I had to pin this though. How to begin this though. Emotions of romance. Take that back. Emotions of a drug and stress. We should let it rest. Didn't know how to say that. Thought this to the best. It's court and their skeletons are still there.
Whoever's paying attention to us.
Only the skeletons.
Fucking love it.
It's only the skeletons. Carry my friends in my backyard. The skeletons are still there. They're only the skeletons. It's only the skeletons. I keep them with me. So they can leave us. It's only the skeletons. Oh wait, who gave him a mic?
I don't know, but I got
What
one.
the fuck?
So,
Bad idea.
Jeff, say a joke.
I'm on the
Yeah,
spot.
way on the spot.
This is why I don't get a mic.
Usually Jeff has his shirt off at this point. I think you guys are making him nervous, so
It is.
feel free to get
It is the summer.
Yeah, bro. It's Pinstock summer, don't you know?
Take off the good point. See?
Oh, ladies, he is taken. Sorry. Take it up. Why aren't we playing a song right now? Oh, okay. All right. This is a strip show too. You guys get music and a show. Ooh, this is a good one. I like this one. Like in 03 it was a hooligan, 04 switched schools again. Made a full of friends and I was cool with them. No real clue as to who they been. Take me as I am. Make me how you want me. The past is in the past. I miss those moments when I'm on my own. I'm straight, walking home. It's a journey home. When I try to Thanks, y'all.
2 more, okay?
Okay, 2 more, no smiles.
Stick around. 2 more. We'll go
And
right
then
back.
it's motherfucking Rebel Punk! All the way from Sacktown. Better stick around for them. Show some goddamn respect. How you guys feeling tonight? That was fucking weak. How are you feeling?
Hopefully you have a drink. No,
Yeah.
because I have.
You got me in the wrong spot. Oh, I'm ready, by the way. Jeff's always ready. I'm gonna play a song. What I do this time, I know it's all my fault. What I do this time, everything falls apart. I think about you when I'm sleeping, or when I'm dreaming. I don't mind, at least it feels like you ain't honest speaking. I know I'm talking to myself, it's like I really can. I'm going back to sleep, hoping you'll appear again. I go back to conversations that I can't erase. I try to get to conclusion that I just couldn't face. I'm reading my mistakes and seeing things I didn't see. I owed you an apology, instead you got me. Yeah, I know. What don't forget, guys, 10 a.m. tomorrow, be there. We're filming a music video, so subscribe, follow, etc. In all seriousness, though, this has been great. Like I said, this is like a 15th, 16th time playing Maui. We'll be back. Follow us, motherfuckers, so you can keep up with our shows. Next one's August 3rd, Slipper Clutch, downtown LA. We love you. Have a good night.
Alright, that's gonna be my last one. What's the name?
Thank you.